Yes, March Madness will be here. There will be some content on March Madness, which I'm very excited about. But tonight, we're actually going to be reviewing a ranking of the worst arenas in all of basketball. Again, this is not my list. I might title this as like ranking the blah 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 blah, but it's not my ranking. We're just going to look at a ranking of arenas and sort of talk about them. I think I've talked about this before for other sporting events and other arenas and football and blah blah blah. I think I might have even done one kind of similar to this with basketball, but this one is obviously a new season, some new arenas coming up soon, and I'm really excited to maybe go and see some of these arenas live in person like I already have already. So make sure you, of course, like the video if you do like the video, or you just want to really help out the channel so much. It really does help a lot. Just even clicking the little like button really helps out a lot. And comment down below also an arena that you want me to do an ASMR in public video at, and maybe I'll do it. Maybe if it gets enough likes, I'll go to the #1 liked arena on this video. That would be kind of fun. And at the worst, yes, we're starting not best to worst. We're going from worst to best here, it looks like, from this ranking. And it's the Utah Jazz voting in, or getting in, the worst arena in the NBA, Delta Center. I'm assuming that's Delta, like the airline, maybe, I don't know, but yeah, the Delta Center for the Utah Jazz, which is interesting because I think Utah just had the All-Star game at their place, did they not? Which is kind of crazy to think about. The Utah Jazz used to have a pretty rockin' playoff arena. Now they're kind of in that mid-tier of NBA basketball. That place used to be rocking back in the day when they had obviously Gobert and Donovan Mitchell, but I think for the fan atmosphere, it looked like a lot of fun. But the interior looks pretty bland, and of course we know the Utah Jazz have been, their entire brand right now is bland. Sometimes they throw in some cool jerseys, but obviously they're just, I don't know what their branding is. I think their arena kind of matches that, which is kind of sad. Coming in at number 28, the second worst arena is the Smoothie King Center for the Pelicans, the New Orleans Pelicans. Smoothie Key Arena. This place, obviously by the name, sounds very weird, I'm not gonna lie. It does kind of light up at night kind of nicely. It has like a nice little pizzazz sort of colorway on the outside, but the inside just looks, again, pretty bleak and bland. Even the outside of this place looks like it looks more like a mega mall. Like, it just looks like a big mall, a big shopping center, at least in my own opinion, with all like those windows and stuff like that. At 27, we have Capital One Arena for the Washington Wizards at number 27. Wizards. Man, I have not watched a Wizards game in so long. I don't even really know what this arena even looks like, but I guess the picture zone. The outside of it looks really bad. It looks like it's just like right on the street in Washington, D.C. That looks like an absolute nightmare to try to get out of. The inside of it as well looks pretty normal. Even the Jumbotron looks very small. I hate how they have like a very small screen and then like a huge like bottom like circular one. It looks really odd to me, but yeah, nothing really doing it for me either. I can see why this is a lower ranked arena. Coming in at 26. Oh my god. I knew this one was going to be ranked pretty low. I haven't looked at all these. I've only looked at some of the first ones, but at 26 we have the Moda Center. The Moda Center for my Portland Trailblazers, which I will attest, it is the most boring arena, at least for basketball or even any indoor sport that I've ever been to. It's the worst one. I've been to Kings games, Clippers games, well, Laker/Clipper games. I've been to T-Mobile Arena over in Las Vegas. I've seen the games in New York City, and the Moda Center sucks. It's boring. It's just a concrete structure, very mild, like the color tones are just like red and like gray, and it's just it's not great. Now the outside is getting a little bit better. There's like a really cool like sign out there, like the Rip City sign, and like a little fire thing out there they use sometimes when there's like a big game and stuff, but like other than that, like there is nothing happening here at the Moda Center. At 25, we have the Target Center. Target Center. This is for the Minnesota Timberwolves, I'm pretty sure. Interesting. I love Target. Love Target a lot. It looks like for some of these pictures there's like a dog, like the Target dog that's on the building. That's very adorable, but like again, like I understand when companies own buildings and want to share their company stuff with the building, but like that is like over advertisement, like slapping a huge billboard of just like a Target ad with like the Target dog there is kind of annoying in my opinion. But oh my god, the top of the building is like, is that like a grassy lawn, or is that just like the color of the building? Why is the top of the building like green looking? At 24, we have a ball arena, which is the Denver Nuggets. I think the Denver Nuggets, the NBA champions, being ranked 24th. That's pretty low as well. That used to be the Pepsi Center, but now it's the Ball Arena, and I guess they're just saying it's very boring, which I think the outside of it looks pretty cool, actually. I think the outside of it looks very, I don't know, I like sort of like the glass look, not like what they did with the Smoothie King. This one looks a little bit more fancy, a little bit more with some finesse, some flair, but the inside of it does look like any other basketball arena. Nothing really changing, nothing really makes it unique or anything, so I guess that's maybe why also it's ranked kind of low. 3, we have Frost Big Center, which is the San Antonio Spurs. I hate the outside of this building. The outside of this building kind of reminds me of like a fair show building, like, you know, those show buildings that are like, you know, at your state's fair or whatever. It kind of reminds me of like a state fair show building. Like, it's not very official and flashy and flair, just a big old building that hosts basketball games. At least that's what it looks like. At 22, we have the Paycom Center, the Paycom Center. I actually have no idea who this team is. Oh, it's the Oklahoma City Thunder. Interesting. Okay. Now, if this was being graded or ranked on like game atmosphere and like all that stuff, which I'm assuming it's not. I'm assuming it's just based off of the arena, not the fans. It does also look like a very bland, bleak center, especially the outside of it looks very yikes. But I remember when this place first got built. It was first built just to even get a team in Oklahoma City, like to even get a chance to get a team in OKC. Again, them trying to get a team from the future selling of the Seattle Supersonics. They just built an arena and crossed their fingers that they could get a team, and they got the team. So that's why this arena looks very but I think I remember hearing something that they were going to be building a new arena. I know a lot of teams are doing that, like again the Clippers, the Thunder, the Sixers. I think the Wizards are supposed to get a new arena at some point in time as well. It's a plethora of teams that are looking to upgrade, and OKC definitely deserves it, especially on this new run and era that they're going to be on. They're going to need a nice new place to call home, in my opinion. At 21, we have the Wells Fargo Center for the Philadelphia 76ers. Now, what actually is I like about this arena is I know it's in the same vicinity as like the football stadium, the baseball stadium, the basketball stadium. They're all right next to each other in like this big sports center area, which is really cool. What I don't like about this is the outside of the arena looks so uneasy to the eye. Like, it's like boxed but also ovaled, and like there's different colors and different like uses of different materials, like brick, and there's concrete, and like it's just a jumble puzzle mess outside. I hate how it looks. The inside of it though is nice. They just recently got I think a new jumbotron not that long ago, and of course Philadelphia fans are wild, so that place also gets really rockin'. Ooh, and also is nice. 19, we have the Footprint Center for the Phoenix Suns. This one should definitely be lower. I would rate the Houston one over this one for sure. 18, we have the Spectrum Center for the Charlotte Hornets. Why is this ranked kind of high? Oh, the outside of it actually does look pretty nice. Very sleek. I like sort of like almost like the wood-looking exterior mixed in with the sort of flare of the building, which I think makes it pretty cool. Even looks like a light blue sort of colorway as well when they look at it from a certain angle. Has some nice little windows, add some natural lighting in, which again, to an extent, can be very nice. The inside of it though, does suck. There is absolutely nothing going on there. At 17, we have the United Center for the Chicago Bulls. Now I know for the inside of this arena, awesome, iconic. It's the Chicago Bulls, very cool looking. The outside of it though looks like a jail. It looks like a massive state penitentiary. Like, this place looks terrifying from the outside. It's just a massive concrete square boxed structure. But the inside of the arena is where it really gets its pizzazz, its flair. Of course, you're going to see the Chicago Bulls, the most, or maybe at least one of the most popular teams. At 16, we have the FedEx Forum, which might be a little bit too windowy for me. I think this is a little bit too much in my opinion. But when it gets really hot there in Memphis, that place is scorching like an oven, in my opinion. The inside of the arena also looks okay. Kind of bland. Again, the seating is nice. The light sort of blue color looks pretty well, and well, actually in the playoffs it does look really cool because they add in some of the yellow of the colorway too, like the t-shirts or the towels. That looks pretty fun. Yeah, a very average arena. At 15, we have the State Farm Arena. Really? That is a very low ranking for an arena that I think just got built a couple years ago, a handful of years ago. I mean, even just this one shot from the inside of this arena, it's already hands down, like, I think maybe it should be like a top 10 center. Like, it looks really clean now. That is very condescending from what I said before about the black seats, not really giving it a lot of pizzazz. This looks clean though. It is nice and clean. The other ones were, like this, but plain and boring. This looks nice and clean. And the outside of the arena, it literally spells Atlanta on the building's like structure, like that, in my opinion. How cool it can it get? I have no idea. Maybe this looks kind of corny or kind of lame, blah blah blah. I like it though. I think this actually should be higher up. Also, 14, we have American Airlines Arena. I know, like, the meme I've seen of this arena is that it looks like an airport because it's owned by like a, American Airlines, the airplane company. It looks like an airport, kind of. At least like an airport terminal. Yeah, the outside looks pretty cool. It definitely isn't bland or bleak. It even kind of looks kind of like an older structure, but like in a nice, clean way. Like, everything is like very symmetrical. Everything looks good. It's not like very wonky or anything like that. Like, again, the Wells Fargo Center. This one looks very nice. And at 13, we have Scotia Bank Arena. I think this one is for the Toronto Raptors, is it not? Yeah, Toronto Raptors. I think it's a bank in Toronto. And yeah, this is a nice arena as well. Obviously, we all know the iconic a screen outside the arena where the NBA Finals were over there for the Raptors and the Golden State Warriors. That place was rocking outside, and the outside of this arena actually does look really cool. And then the inside of this arena looks fairly new, pretty well built, put together. Of course, you get a shout out to Drake for helping out with that and making this place look a little bit nicer, cooler, a little bit cleaner. Wow, at 12 we have TD Garden. Now, I always looks really cool. It's very green, and green is my favorite color, and I think I would love it a lot going to a game there. I mean, all the banners and even the Bruin stuff being there, like it's such a rich, historic building. Maybe it could use a little bit extra oomph and flair, and I do understand that, but like I think it's actually a pretty nice, nostalgic arena. If the Kia Center next, which is the Orlando Magic, really? Is this like a new arena or something like that? Because I didn't know they played at the Kia Center. That's interesting. The outside of the arena though does look nice. I've never seen this arena before, I don't think. Very windowy, very shiny, very sleek, which is pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. The inside of the arena though, I haven't seen. Maybe it does look cool. It does look like there's a lot of blue seating in there, which is, again, following the theme of this video. At number 10, we have the Miami Heat Arena. This is a nice arena. I know the pictures outside look absolutely insane because I'm pretty sure this arena is on the water. It might be the first arena that we've had on the video that is by the water or on the water. There are some out there. This is one of them, and yeah, the inside of it is also super iconic because, again, like the different coloring of the seating. God, I'm gonna stop saying that, but it is something to point out. It has some flair and some finesse to this arena. The court design is always really clean. I think they just added in like new screens to their jumbotron as well, so like it's easier for the players and whatnot to see. Like they have those little screens on the bottom, so like the people under can look up and see what's going on the jumbotron. They have the fire that shoots off the top of the jumbotron as well when they're doing like their announcements or things like that. Like that's always a really cool look as well. They just do a really good job there, and again, the outside is insane. Like the palm trees, you're right on the water. It's just a beautiful sight. So that's kind of no fair that they're in Miami. At 9, we have the Barclays Center in Brooklyn for the Brooklyn Nets, and this is an arena I really want to go see. Maybe the next time I'm in New York, if that does ever happen again, I'd love to go to a game at Barclays Center. It looks so nice. I love the outside of this arena. It is so sick. At number 8, we have Gainbridge Fieldhouse, which I think is the Indiana Pacers. Whoa. The person who made this list might be from Indiana because that's really high for a random team in Indiana. Now, I think, again, this is a newer, at least sort of like renovated or something like that arena, and it does look nice. Again, they just obviously had their NBA All-Star game just recently, and they, I'm assuming, did a lot of things to upkeep that arena for that arrival of an event. But I don't know if it would really, at least in my opinion, really change it to be a top 10, nearly a top 5 arena in the NBA. It does look nice, and the outside of it is cool. It's very, it's called the Field House. It does give off like kind of like a country rural vibe, but it is very big, massive, a nice little, again, windowed area to let some natural light in, which is good to an extent. But this being at number 8, I don't know if I would necessarily agree with that. At number 7, we have Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse, which is the Cleveland Cavaliers. Now, this is a nice arena, even though it is the Cleveland Cavaliers, but man, if you know, LeBron James was feeding money into that place for years and years and years, and especially that year they went on those crazy NBA Finals runs. They were just upgrading the heck out of that arena, and the inside of it is nice. It is nice. They have a nice big screen. The seating and everything looks really cool. Having LeBron James as your, cornerstone for years and years and years really paid off for that arena, and it does look really nice. The outside of it, in my opinion, is pretty boring, is pretty bland. It does look like a normal arena, but the inside of it, in my opinion, is one of the nicer in the entire NBA. At number 6, we have the Little Caesars Arena for the Detroit Pistons. a giant Little Caesars ad on it. No, this needs to go a lot lower. I get it, it's funny, it's cool looking, the Little Caesars guy on top of the building, but like, come on, like, if we're being serious, that looks pretty lame. Number 5, top 5, we have Crypto.com Arena, aka the Staples Center. I still call it the Staples Center. Yeah, the top of the Staples Center is iconic. I remember seeing shots of that on ESPN and NBA 2K, and like the top of the Staples Center is iconic, at least to me, for the NBA. It's like, yeah, that little ovally weird shape of it. It's nice. It's nice. The inside of it, of course, is amazing. Of course, when it's a Laker game, it looks a little bit better with all the banners and the lights and the shining of the Hall of Fame and not the Hall of Fame, the retired jerseys and the championships. I've been to this arena in person before, and it is almost like nothing I've seen before. The concourse area is a little lackadaisical. It's pretty bleh, like when you're walking inside the arena, but the actual court, the seating, and the outside of this place it's one of the best experiences as a sports fan. Number 4, we have Madison Square Garden. Oh man. Now I might be kind of biased with this one because I was just at MSG back in early December, late November. Saw a game there, and it was my number 1 sporting event I've always wanted to do for so long, and I finally got to see a game in Madison Square Garden live. I even made a video about it. I made a whole video walking around, watching a game, blah blah blah. I made a whole video about it. You can watch it on the channel. It's the best in like arena, covered arena, whatever you want to call it, stadium I've ever been in ever. It is ridiculously cool. The vibe, the atmosphere, the court, the banners, the inside the concourse, the happenings, all the stuff that's going on around you. It is such a vibrant arena, and it's something I'd never really experienced before, being a sports fan, going to a lot of stadiums and arenas and things like that. To me, it's number 1. Number 4 here, but it's in my opinion the best one. At number 3 is an arena that I am actually planning on trying to go out to see sometime, maybe this season or next season, is the Chase Center of the Golden State Warriors. This is also one of the arenas that's on the water down in San Francisco. This one looks really nice. This is also one of the newest arenas in the entire NBA, the Chase Center, and wow, does this scream clean. It is so nice on the inside. The outside, it looks like a tornado's about to happen on the thing. It's like a whole twirling little design. I think it looks really nice. They have a nice huge screen on the outside of the arena too, which is pretty awesome. I'm sure on the water there's a lot of cool little things and how it looks on all sides of this arena, and then on the inside again, big huge jumbotron. The seating looks amazing. I mean, it's such a clean, brand new stadium. Of course, it's going to be one of the best. Number 2, we have the Pfizer Forum for the Milwaukee Bucks. Really, the Milwaukee Bucks get number 2. Maybe this one's actually the home cooking of the whoever made this video. The outside of it does look nice. I will give them that. I love the sort of added green and brown. It all gives like a Bucks feel and vibe from the outside of the arena. So the brown and green look, which is cool. But then you look at the inside, it's just a normal stadium. Like no banners, no nothing cool going on. They have a nice big jumbotron, which is dope, but like you're trying to sell me on this being one of the best arenas in the NBA, and it's just not doing it for me. Wait, that's right, we haven't talked about this team yet. It's the Golden One Center of the Sacramento Kings. That is really interesting. Okay, I've actually been to this arena as well. I've been to a Sacramento Kings game, and I don't think it's the best arena in the NBA. It's one of the best. It's really cool. I enjoyed my time there, but like it being the best, I don't know about that. It does look really cool on sucks. Like when you're walking around the arena, I didn't like it. It's nice. I think it's definitely like a top 5, top 10, top 5 arena, but it being the best, I don't think that's true at all. But it's a nice list, in my opinion. I think MSG is the best. I really had a great time at the Crypto.com Staples Center arena as well. The Moda Center does suck. I think the Atlanta arena definitely needs to be a lot higher on this listing. I really want to go see a Brooklyn Nets game live at the Barclays Center. There's so many things I love about sports and arenas and things like that, which is why I love taking you guys along with me to do, IRL, ASMR in some of these arenas. Thank you so much for watching this video. I love you.